Sharing sound effects.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is the Financial Prepper. We talk about everything that has to do with our finances, precious metals, and all kinds of things. Now, here's the thing. I've got a special guest today, Jay Bravo. A lot of you know him. Ones that don't know him should. He's a friend of mine. I trust him. I've had the opportunity to hang out with him multiple times, and we've always had a good time. And he is way on the technical side. He can look at charts and lines and tell you where it's going to go. He made a video with the Economic Ninja the other day, and he made a little circle on the screen where the price of silver should go, and it dead centered it. So as we've been talking about silver lately and all the things that China's doing, and, you know, we could go back over how much silver goes into a solar panel and all that kind of stuff. We know it. We know that. We know the narrative's there. We know it's manipulated. But what I don't know, why I'm leaning on Senor Bravo, is the technical side. So he's going to do a silver technical analysis, and I cannot wait. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yay! Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man. I don't know. Are we going to be side by side like this when it shows up with all your friends? Is that how it usually? I don't know. I'm new to this format, so this is cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. All my friends. What do you mean? We got more people coming?
No, you're subscribed. All your subscribers. I just don't know if, like, when you're talking, it just goes to you, or they'll always see me because, like, I might be taking my clothes off, or
Yeah.
So I just
don't take your wig off. That'll freak me out.
It's all green screen. It's not even real. So, okay. So we're deep diving into the TA of silver. First, I just want to say thank you so much, Chris, for having me on, and I'm probably going to agree with everything that you say because I'm a huge silver fan, strong silver proponent. I have tons of it. I'm pretty sure I have a lot more than 99.9% of all people walking the earth. So I have some on my desk right now. So it's money. It's real. So I want you guys to understand that, because it'll almost look like I'm going against is gold and silver, but I'm not. I try to bring balance. So, all right, what are we doing? You tell me. I'll follow your lead.
Well, that was it. You know, we've got heavy manipulation in the precious metals. We both agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just out of China the other day, a subscriber turned me on this through SD Bullion, and I went and tracked down the article, and it was China BAI News calling for international silver market reform, explicitly citing the ridiculous outsized paper derivative leverage used by the COMEX and the LBMA in order to keep the gold and silver, especially silver, values at suppressed price levels. And this goes on, man. It's very annoying. It is just I use it as a blessing to accumulate more while they're keeping it cheap. You know, it's on sale. But I was hoping you could kind of walk us through how you do your charts. Maybe we can learn how to do it for ourselves, and, make that little circle and make the silver line go in this time.
I will. You're going to be shocked. You're like, what? How is this even possible? But yeah, no, I agree with you on what you're saying with silver. But here's the thing. It's like, but when? Do I have to wait my whole life to finally, when it comes to silver, like, go where it should go? And actually, if I could just share my screen really quickly, if I could find this, present, share screen, and I know everyone's familiar with this. Let me just make sure I'm sharing the right screen so I don't get booted off of YouTube here. Okay. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, this was supposed to be a family channel. Coming over here, and we're all familiar with this because we're all having to pay this little thing called taxes up here. $248,000 per taxpayer, almost $32 trillion. You see, most people, 99.9% of people, don't understand this. They don't know where it comes from. They don't know the system. And then we can focus in on this over here. Let's see. Can I zoom? I'm trying to pinch to zoom. It's not It's not. Oh, I got it. I just have to pinch a little harder. And I like silver over gold. 339 to 1. So yes, truth is, when this thing breaks, you have one of these and you win the world. Now here's the thing. When this thing breaks. So that's the only thing. It's like, well, when said break, I see the dam, there's holes in it, there's water coming out, but can we break this thing? And so it's difficult. Now you understand fundamentals, and so do I, 100%. But I trade the technicals, so I make I don't know. I take their little debt instruments, and I can make 1 into 2, and then I can make 2 into 4. All right. So that's what I do. And then I accumulate more silver or gold or whatever.
Well, that's what I really like about what you do, because you're making money in the meantime. Most people buy and hold, they assume broken clock status and they're right eventually. That's what I do mainly.
Right.
But you're making money when it goes up, when it goes down, you're adding to your stack, and it's incredible. And by the way, guys, I will have an affiliate link to Jay Bravo's course. Everybody I know that's been through it loves it. It's
even your mom.
Yes, even my mom. It's a lot to take in, but I think it's very important we start doing that. It'll be in the description. You'll see he's got some tricks. He's got lines and tricks and graphs.
Now I probably need to, let me clean this up. Sorry, I did not know, what was going to come up on the chart. I'm just like, okay, let's just this probably could get really confusing really fast. Let's see if I hide it. Okay, Lux is still up. Okay, so some of the things that I look at. So here's your silver price. Right here. And it's just kind of like, bumping around, up, down. Okay, what you're seeing though is a swing down, a swing up, a swing down, a swing up, a swing down, a swing up, right? What comes after the swing up? A swing down. What comes after the swing down? A swing up. Now, I have a couple the zones. This is a Lux Algo, this red line up here. Usually when it hits into that, you get a reversal. So it hits into that, reverse, hits into that, reverse, comes up here, taps it. That was a pretty big reverse. I could have been on, I think I was on, another channel, someone. And I said, we're in this zone right here. And I said, silver is going to go down. And it did. And I'm like, I don't want to say like I told you so, but that's just, that's how it goes. So which is fine for me because I'm going to get ready for that swing, because when it touches in here, it's going to swing down. Actually, I am waiting in the major indices. And it was Travis's channel. I think I did that on SPX. Actually, a lot of them. Qs, that's your NASDAQ. We are going to reverse in the NASDAQ. See that? See how deep we are in there? Yeah. That's going to swing down. And I am going to buy a lot when it reverses. Now, also, I've like all these indicators that'll tell me I have like a 9 count, and this is all in the swing trading course. It's just
so you're going to short it when you mean buy a lot?
No. I'm not going to. Okay, so the NASDAQ right now, I will not short it on the way down because we're in a bull market. We're above the 200-day moving average. Let me turn this one up. See this orange line? I have been bullish on the NASDAQ since January, and it came up. It went in right here to this Lux Algo zone, and then it pulled. I was not shorting it, but I was waiting for the pullback, hit the orange line, which is the 200-day moving average, and go higher. So yeah, that I've been bullish. Anything above the 200-day moving average, I'm bullish. When you are below it, I'm bearish. This is where I short. And this is where, and for those of you that don't understand technical analysis, I make money on the way down. I used to teach this at university, taught it in high school, junior high. I even taught elementary, but I did not teach them stocks in elementary. But once we get above this, boom, I'm going to write it up. I'm not going to write it down. I don't short for the most part when you're in a bull market, because it's just, it goes against you. It's kind of like falling upstairs. it doesn't, you don't fall too much. It's like Biden. I mean, but he falls all over the place. So really doesn't matter if it's upstairs or downstairs. But less damage going upstairs. All right. So there's the cues. This thing's going to pull back and it's going to be gnarly. I have a thing called a 9 count. All right. So we're at a 4 on that one. SPY, same thing. We're in this zone. This is the S&P 500. This is going to pull back too. And then I'm going to wait for the swing trade. It's going to come down. I turn on, now let me turn off this. Let me turn off that. And then I'll do it with silver just so you can see where we're at. So you're like, you said, that's people are like, you said silver is going to go down or it went up and blah, blah, blah. It takes time. So there's your candles. Each candle is a day. And then I wanted to turn on the 9 count to see once it hits 9, it usually pulls back and we are extended. So for those of you that are like, why is the S&P 500 still going higher? You said it's going to go lower. Well, truth is, once you hit 9, most of the time, do you see this 9 back here? Right there? Yeah. It pulled back, right? This is really extended. So usually what that means, it's going to come down pretty hard. But we all get to look like idiots until it doesn't. And then I can say, yep, I told you so. All right. So now moving back to silver, I'm going to turn off the 9 count. Let's see here. And then we're going to do a little TA. I'm going to turn on a fib. This is called Fibonacci. Again, it's in the swing trading course. It probably shouldn't. I don't think it should be because it's a little bit too technical. But there's a zone that I call the honeypot. It'll come into it. It'll try to get out of it. It can't. And then it gets rejected. That's exactly why it got rejected right here. So for your audience, if you wanted to know why silver dropped, it's because of this zone. And everyone knows it. So, here's one zone, the green, but this is a major zone with major pullback. And that's what happened. So there is your Fibonacci. And I'm not really a Fibonacci fan, but that's a zone I actually do look for. Okay. Any questions so far? I'm going to get rid of my fib. But so here's our price. We're at what, 20. And this is, yes, I know it's paper. It's not real. It's fake. It's a derivative. Right. It's not the real thing. Guys, I'm fully on board with you. I know all the arguments, but I stack this stuff, but then I make these charts their evil system, and then I take from their evil system, and then I buy real. That's what I do. Okay, so and Chris, any questions so far as I'm moving along?
Not so far. You're doing a great job.
Okay, so on the swing trade, pretty simple. On this one, here's my 200. So let me let's do a little zoom in here.
It's almost like you've done this before.
Oh, you mean that every day? Well, this is I wake up and I'm like, hey, here we go. What are we trading? I actually trade a lot. I trade different, not just silver. So sometimes we fall in love with something like Bitcoin. I call it Bitcoin. And it's like everything's just that, and you're just, why is it going down today? Which it is today. I would know it's at 25,000. And I was telling everyone to short it. Well, not short it, but take profit at 70,000. Even my daughter was on CNBC with this guy, with Jim Cramer and Ethereum. And I actually closed my position at 42,000. That was the last time I was ever in Ethereum.
Wow.
And that's it. But anyway, sorry. I saw a squirrel. All right. So my red line right here, that is my Bravo. I call it the Bravo 9. It's a 9-day simple moving average. That's it. So when silver ran up, and again, I could put up, the fib retreat, like the fib would have been right in this zone, right here. So it all works for me in my head. I'm like, it's going to get in here. So it got in here and then it got rejected. Great. That's what I wanted to see for silver. So it gets rejected. Now, each candle right here is a day. So this was in January. It made the top. It couldn't break. It couldn't get above what it needed to get above, and it got rejected. and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. And then I waited for one candle close. I wanted to come down, touch the 200, which I was assuming, which I probably went on channels to say, this is what it's going to do. Rewind the tape. It did. And I would say, put in, I'll circle it for you right here, one candle close above the Bravo 9 and ride that mother all the way until you have a full red candle below the Bravo 9. And then you take your profit. And let me see. I'm just kind of curious to see what that would have ran. And that was a green. Yeah, came down, bounce. I'm going to go to the middle and to the middle. And I walk away with 16.49%. 16%. So then I take that at 16% and I buy 16% more silver or 16% more gold or more products that I sell online or whatever. It's capital that I use. And then I wait for a beat down. But then, it comes up and then I turn on like other things going, it's not going to go any farther than that. And everyone's like, well, you said it was going to go down, but it went up. I'm like, no, it's right in the zone. Chill. And then boom, it has a beat down. Great. Then now this is your second swing right here. Your swing trade you would have entered. Do you see how it's like, we're all going to die, right? Yeah. It wants to come down, test the 200. Nope. One candle close above my Bravo 9, and we're going to ride it until a full candle below the Bravo 9, and then I'm going to exit. So that is the swing trade and how I do it. And I do it all day long. You click right here on the screen and you go click and you click buy. That is it. And then I connect my brokerage and I do this all day and a lot of stocks. Like I was saying, like this one, I'm actually really excited for these, the Dow, which is still, oh my gosh, you're up another percent. A percent on SPY. That's the trade. That's the symbol that you would trade. And the Qs. I want these to pull back. They will pull back. I promise you that this is going to pull back. And when it does, I have to wait until the reversal. So here's, and I'll turn on a couple more patterns. This is in a channel. Those are the lines. I can get it really messy here. When it goes blue, I know you're safe. When it goes a plus, this says you should be entering right here and don't exit. Actually, these X's say take profit, and then I could probably make it really messy and draw lots of lines. So there is that is what I do all day long. And a lot of times I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for setups. I sit here and I'm like, everyone's like, dang it, I missed this big run. Well, wait for the pullback and then do the swing and get back in. So
do you rely on the Bravo 9 like all the time? That's exactly what you do.
Yep.
And how often is it correct? It's 80%.
A lot. And then, but there's other things too that you have to just you plug in. So that's one. And then I got to see like, for example. And then I'm not religious about it. I got in, I think it was on the channel. On the channel, I did this one. And I got four out of 5. So 4 out of 5 trades on the channel. It was a swing here. Do you see, this is the 200-day moving average. It got a beat down. It came above. And everyone's like, no, you're below the 200. I'm like, no, there's way too much momentum on this. I know it is, I'm going to do it. So I actually started my swing trade on this one and I rode it all the way up until I closed the position. And then that was one. So that was one. Then there was 4 out of 5 trades I got right. And then the 5th one I failed because I was shorting. But I lost maybe 1.5%.
So where's the full candle close there?
Here, let me do some zoom in here.
It doesn't look like
they start. Actually, also just to let you know, they do move after a while. Bands in the moment could be slightly different than later. And also, again, don't be religious because if it's a green candle and it's below, I'm going too deep. I'm sorry. Okay, so on this one, beat down. All right. So I think this is where I closed. I took my profit. And there's probably a lot of other things that went into play on that one. You got the beat down. Oh, this was my buy. Do you see the blue arrow right there?
Yeah.
It's blue. That's where I actually entered. And it was a little bit more above that Bravo 9, that red line. And then I rode it all the way up, and then I closed here. So I entered here, I closed here.
Because of the full candle below.
Yeah, it was and then the second one, and then it just gets wonky. Then there was a swing, and then I entered, there's a little blue arrow buy. I entered there, and I rode that one all the way up until I closed it there. This was a take profit, and then I went into a short, but then I was like, no, that short's, I'm going to get wrecked. So I exited. So I got 4 out of 5. And then here's that zone, that honeypot that I was saying. It should pull back. I mean, it should. It usually does. But so there was a lot of technical analysis. I'm going to stop sharing and answer any questions that you might have or you want to kick around.
Yeah. So how often do you let, let's say they raise interest rates,
yeah, that doesn't
muddle your charts. Do you?
No, it doesn't. See, okay. So you have fundamentals. That's China, that's BRICS, that's Biden, that's this and that, and the Fed and all of that. That's just fundamentals to me. That doesn't move me as a trader. So all of the noise, I put that aside, and then I go and I look at, does it have one candle close above the 9, and I write it. So even when China's going to buy all the silver or the debt clock or whatever the narrative is, that's fundamentals. I don't trade fundamentals. I used to, and I got wrecked. And I taught university and high school kids. I'm like, look at the PE ratio and look at this and that. And I was wrong more times than I was right. And I said, this isn't working, because I was an investor. It wasn't until I learned charts, which is called technical analysis, that then my portfolio turned around. And yeah.
So you never made a circle. I want you to make the circle and make the line go through the circle.
Well, I could do that, like on the SPY or on was it silver? Yeah. I mean, because we're in that zone, and it's like this area right here is gonna get rejected. But then people come up and they're like, "Well, it's been a day; it hasn't been rejected."
Well, I get it.
That's what it is. So those were the circles that I was like, okay, right now. Wait, are we? So sorry, I kept going back and forth between the S&P and silver. Well, we're in a bull market, so we're swing trading it up. I think we're good. Oh, you got rejected in that one zone. So right. You have a pullback. We're still bullish. So everything's okay on silver. Don't worry about it. Wait for your pullback. Wait for your swing. One candle and write it. And that's in the paper. I know. But people are like, that's not real. And I get it. It's not. But I can make those unreal digits double or go up. And then I take those things and I buy land, or I buy a vacation, or I buy a car, which I don't even have a car, but someday maybe I'll buy a car, or I'll buy clothes, whatever. I just use their system, which is, it's an evil system. It's a system. It's a debt-based. It's horrible. Money is only debt. And even to try to say that, people are like, how is that even possible?
Yeah. Hey, I want you to tell everybody how money's created.
Okay.
And then I'll let you go. I don't want to keep you too long. I want to be respectful of your time. But he does it very simply. And
all right. I will keep it simple. You walk into a building with no money in it. One dude standing behind the counter. They call themselves a bank. Okay. He doesn't have any money. Nothing. No money is created. He doesn't have any. You walk in and you say, you know what? I would like to, I want a loan. I want $1 million. And he goes, sure, you got it. He writes on a piece of paper. He hands it to you. It's basically an IOU. Poof, $1 million just got created out of thin air. He goes over to his computer. He says that he has an asset, which you're like, you haven't even paid him the million. Like, it's over 30 years. He has an asset and you're the one with the liability. So that is where 98% of money comes from, is I probably more than that. And you have derivatives, it's in the quadrillions. So that is where money comes from. It is credit and it's debt, and it doesn't exist. So all money, almost all money, is credit. Debt does not exist.
It's crazy. That's it.
That's it. That's what money is. It's just debt. What I just
and they can print it, right? They can turn the money printer on, and they can stimulate the economy in other ways. But as far as getting currency onto the planet, that's how it's done.
Okay, so everyone needs to rewind or write this down. It's called Lords of. You don't have to write it down. Lords of Finance. Read the book or get the audiobook, because I'm an idiot. I don't read very well. So get the Lords of Finance. It goes way back past the Great Depression, money, central bankers, the struggles that they had to work with on, like, well, if we peg it to gold or silver and there's only a little bit of it, everyone's hoarding it. You can't have money as something that's hoarded. And that's what it doesn't grow. Like, it doesn't expand. And central banks understand, governments understand, to expand economies, to expand, which it wipes out the middle class. I'm sorry, middle class, you're going to be wiped out. And it pushes all the money to people that know how to trade or start businesses and not work for someone. Sorry, I went down a rabbit hole. But so they devised the system of let's take it off of a standard like gold, and it went boom. So you just walk into a bank, I want $1 trillion. Okay, great. And so then they figured, okay, but then if we limit credit, then it slows the economy. If we expand credit, the economy grows. And that's kind of how it works. Because you asked where money come from, that's where money comes from. And that's what central banks and governments get the book, understand history, know what they've went through, what we went through on, everything from the gold standard to credit to whatever. I sorry, that was probably a long rabbit hole.
That's perfect. I love it. I love a good audio book, Lords of Finance.
It's a hard one, though. It's a big one. This is
Can't be any worse than The Creature from Jekyll Island, or no.
Yeah. Which I've read that too. Like, you need to come and understand both sides of finance, of the argument, fundamentals and technicals. And where did it come from? What happened? And why are we here today? And where are we going? And how bad is this going to get? Which there's a high probability. Mathematically, it can't work. So I'm on your side when it comes to being a prepper, because it's going to get really, really bad. The question is when. I don't know. But mathematically, this cannot continue. But I will guarantee you that it will wipe everyone out, and it will make the top 0% the rich, which it already is. Like,
we're already there.
That's how the math is. So you got to swim really, because I'm a surfer from California, 50 years. Now I'm 3 years in Texas. Do the math. I'm 22. You got to paddle really hard to get over this tsunami of a wave. The only way that I know that you can do this, A, start businesses, B, trade equities. And that's what I've been doing for probably 20 years, teaching people how to do that. Ta-da!
That's awesome, man.
Did I say something that maybe screwed up, that you're like, well, this is wrong, or that's right? I don't know.
Nope. I think you nailed it. Thank you for the book. That's going to be a good book, and I encourage everybody to read it. Check out the affiliate link, and just know, this is what I do. When I get into something, I get all the way in, whether it's good or bad. When it's bad, it's awful. But go through that book, Lord of Finance, and consume everything you can try to find about money. Because once you start figuring out, it's just like diet. You know, I had to figure out what I could eat, how to work out, what to do. And when you figure it out, you'll come up with the Bravo 9. And you'll say, hey, this works. When this goes here and then it goes here, you know, you do this. And it makes things really simple. And if you consume enough, you'll build your own strategy. I'm going to try to do more trading. I'm going to try to start learning about it as much as I can, try to get inundated with it, get all the way in it. And that way I can help with only investing in narrative, because it's really hard to do with all the manipulation that's going on. It just makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. But also we don't want to use that as an excuse. Let's say it doesn't go your way, where, you know, your narrative is silver should be at 400 to 1, but they're manipulating it. You know, it's like, well, that's okay. If you understand the technicals, I actually don't even say that about, you know, well, they're manipulating it, because I can see it in the charts. The charts will tell me where the manipulation is, and there is, and it's humans, and all charts are is math. So basically numbers, fear, and greed. You put that all into it and history, and it'll tell you exactly what the fear, greed, math is going to do next.
Perfect. Well, thanks for coming on, brother. It was my pleasure, and I'm sure everybody's going to love it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I like you guys' thoughts and opinions, and if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you don't like the video, please hit the thumbs down, but tell me why in the comments. I'd like to, you know, because I might learn something and you might learn something. We don't know. We got to have those, you know, conversations, and I really like to do it in the comments. So any last words, JB?
Yeah, they're going to say, well, first of all, I can never trust a guy with hair like that. I'm just like
thinking hair like that.
Like I'm just thinking, like, what are all the? They're like, who is this idiot? So my apologies if this is the first time we have met. I'm real. Do they know I have 6 daughters, ages 20 to 30, and 2 grandkids?
That is really cool.
I am.
You've done a very good job.
Thank you. I am in it with you guys. I have no dog in this fight. I could be wrong. I'm just trying to go down rabbit holes and figure this all out. And, you know, my narratives could be wrong, but the charts for some reason never lie. And that's why I always go back to them. But again, thanks, Chris, for having me on the channel. You guys, blessings to all you guys. And this weekend, or whenever this video comes out, I will be on the boat this weekend. Woo, woo.
Nice.
I wish you come on out. Come on. That was a lot of fun. Man. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
So the invite is always open, because I take my digits and then I go on play on a boat, right? I don't have a car, but I have a boat. That's pretty confusing. But all right,
buddy. Well, have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one. Later.
All right. Goodbye.